back to those moments when it was your first time?
Playoffs is the most important time of the year.
Teams are going to be gunning at us, so we got to be ready.
Some butterflies, but it's normal. You know, I'm very excited to be a part of the postseason.
Oh, blocked by James! Here comes George, got the step and smokes Curry again. Curry hits a three! Durant for three. It's good! Is this the dagger? Playoff basketball is back.
The sense of anticipation has been building.
This crowd, they are so fired up.
It's always a treat watching guys go through it their first time.
Is it physical? You bet. Is it a little chippy? You got it.
Energy, effort, intensity.
These are the moments that we should live for. If you like competing at the highest level, it should be fun.
Drama, controversy, spectacular performances.
That's what the playoffs is all about.
Woo, we are in the final stretch of the NBA season, and here's what we know so far. In the West, the reigning champs have locked the first seed for the third straight season, which means the Spurs are now locked into 2, Timberwolves are locked into 6, Suns are locked in at play-in at 7, and the Warriors at 10. In the East, the only seed all locked up, the Pistons, who will have home court advantage throughout the playoffs as they lock the top seed this past weekend. And with the countless possibilities in the East, we start there. The Celtics and Knicks play tonight in the Garden. It will be Jayson Tatum's first time back at MSG since he tore his Achilles in May of last season. He spoke about his return earlier today at Shoot-Around. Take a listen.
Nervousness, anxiousness, all the things you probably would expect the last time I played here.
Joining us now, our senior writer who covers both the Celtics and the Knicks, Tim Bontemps. Likes to see you. And, of course, our NBA champion with the 2008 Celtics, Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins in the house. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz, in for Malika Andrews today. All right, Tim, Jaylen Brown has already been ruled out tonight with left Achilles tendonitis. What's Tatum's mindset tonight in his return to MSG?
Well, Tatum talked the other night after Boston's win at home over Charlotte, and he obviously isn't thrilled about the concept of going back to MSG for the first time since tearing that Achilles in Game 4 of their conference semifinal series against the Knicks last year. But I do think it's good for both he and the Celtics to get this game out of the way, particularly with the Knicks and Celtics potentially going to face off in the conference semifinals again this year in a few weeks. Now, as you mentioned, Jaylen Brown's been dealing with his Achilles tendonitis for a while. He's been in and out of the lineup. He's not going to play today. A few other guys are questionable, Derek White and Neemias Queta. So we'll see who's out there with Tatum. But I think it'll be good for him to get back into the Garden, go through a warm-up, go through a game, check another box off the list. And as you guys have seen over the past few weeks, he's checked a lot of boxes off and has looked awfully, awfully good in his return from this injury less than a year after he suffered it.
Yeah, nothing intimidates that man. Let's focus in on the game here, Perk. Which team needs to prove more tonight?
It's the Knicks. The Knicks need this win like I need my diabetic shot every week. That's how bad they need this win, in the worst way, to prove to themselves that they belong and also prove to the Knicks fan base. Because let's be honest, over the last 6 or 7 weeks, they haven't had a real statement win to let the world know that they're, quote-unquote, a real legitimate threat in the Eastern Conference. And so as you're going into the postseason and you're looking at a team that's favored you're going against a team that's favored to win the East and the Boston Celtics, you want to come out at home tonight and make a statement. And you want to have a feel-good moment, especially on the defensive end. You want to build some type of continuity, some type of togetherness to let the world know and to let your own self know that you're on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, look, to Perk's point, the win the Knicks had over the Hawks the other day was their first good win in a while. So obviously it'd be good for them to build some momentum. The other part of this that is going to be interesting, though, over the next couple of days is where the Knicks and the Cavs are going to end up in the standings, because they're neck and neck right now for the 3rd and 4th seeds in the conference. And by the way, being the 4 seed means you don't have to play the Boston Celtics. Right now, I think everybody's presumed favorite to get out of the East until an Eastern Conference Finals matchup. So the Knicks have 3 games in a row, tonight against Boston, tomorrow against Toronto, and then Sunday against Charlotte, that are all at home and are all against teams that are competing for something. The Cavs, meanwhile, play the Hawks again tomorrow in Atlanta, and then they play Sunday against the Wizards, who are certainly not likely to be trying to win that game, so that should be a win for the Cavs. So it'll be interesting to see, especially if the Knicks lose tonight, do they try to maneuver themselves a bit in the standings, try to get that 4 seed and avoid having to face Boston until the conference finals in a few weeks.
It's a risky game no matter how you slice it. All right, Tim, thanks so much. And you mentioned that the Celtics have won 11 of 13 and now installed as plus 160 favorites to win the East, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. They are followed in short order by the Cavs, Knicks, and Pistons. So let's get to some of the action last night in the East. And we're starting with Hawks, Cavs. Donovan Mitchell hosting the Hawks in a potential first-round matchup. I don't know, because Mitchell was going off. Buzzer beaters left and right. This was just the first.
I mean, look, he's going to make an all-NBA team this year. We know that Donovan Mitchell, he's one of the greatest regular season players that we've seen, one of the best offensive players that we've seen. But guess what? Got to show up and show out in the postseason.
Yeah, if you're counting at home, that was 2 buzzer beaters. Here's the third one of the night coming in the third quarter.
That's big-time playoff performances, just hasn't broken through to get past the second round.
31 points on the night as the Cavs hang on to win 122-16. The final. Hey, give us a little something extra. Love it. Phenomenal. All right, so to the top of the conference. Cade Cunningham made his return last night after his collapsed lung, which he suffered on March 17th. Check this out.
Back like he forgot something.
Like who? He was gone? I mean, incredible.
That's what you want to see, right? When a guy like that comes back, you want to see how they looking far as their movement up and down the floor, how they, getting involved with the facilitating. The best thing to me, a blessing in disguise, Tim, that happened with the Pistons and Cade being injured is that we were able to see the confidence of others grow offensively.
Janice Jenkins in particular had really won a lot of games with him as the lead guy.
Here's Cade.
It was different than any injury I've ever had as far as how it progressed initially from whenever I got hit to, how I felt immediately and into how I started to feel as time went on. Once I got to the house, just a lot of resting. Couldn't get my heart rate up, which was boring. My heart rate went up a few times watching the team, which was, but it was fun. It was fun to be able to watch from a different perspective like that. I think I learned a lot.
And developing story that could affect seeding, the Sixers announced that big man Joel Embiid has been ruled out tonight against the Rockets with an illness. It will be Embiid's 42nd missed game this season. Philly is currently fighting to get out of the play-in tournament. They are 1 game behind the Raptors, who are at 6. All right, welcoming in our senior writer, the one and only Tim McMahon is here with us to join the conversation. Perk, I'm going to start with you here. Looking at the conference as a whole, you said yesterday right here that Donovan Mitchell is under the most pressure this postseason. Why is that?
Did I lie? I mean, did I tell a lie?
We can disagree. I believe you were honest in your assessment.
Well, I mean, when you look at all the young superstars around the league, he's the one, to me, under the most pressure. Again, one could argue that the Cavs has done more for him than they did for LeBron James, as far as putting the personnel around him so that he can have a legit shot to making a legitimate run. Again, Donovan Mitchell has never led a team to a conference finals. Donovan Mitchell has never played with a guy like James Harden in the backcourt because James Harden has become one of the best facilitators. And so now I'm looking for Donovan Mitchell to take that leap, not only just as a player and a playmaker, but as a leader, right? Can you get the best out of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley defensively? Can you bring that dog out of them defensively? Because it's going to be needed.
To your point, though, Tim, you said you disagree with him.
Well, listen, here's the deal. The Knicks are always under the most pressure, okay? Just because of the circumstances that they exist in, especially the conference finals wasn't enough. They broke through, got to the conference finals. That just got their coach fired. So conference finals isn't enough. The expectations are finals or bust. That's very clear. And Karl Anthony Towns is not the face of the franchise, but he is the guy who is under the most pressure. There's been a disconnect between him and his new coach, Mike Brown, all season long. Too often, he is not involved at all in the offense. And if they don't break through, what's next for Cat? It might be a relocation.
Well, let me say this. I don't disagree with you for as Cat, and it might be being a relocation. But when you talk about pressure for the Knicks, I feel like the pressure leans more towards Mike Brown. Because the one thing that the Knicks have struggled with this entire season, They've been up and down. That identity crisis.
Right.
We knew who they were under Tom Thibodeau. We knew that every single night they were going to lock in defensively and they was going to play their hardest brand of basketball. The thing with Mike Brown is that him and Cat relationship has been up and down. It's been a roller coaster all season long. I don't want to see Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby and Josh Hart initiating the offense. The 1-2 punch is Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. When you get Karl Anthony Towns involved early, you're going to get the best version of him. He's the emotional guy, and like I always say, some people just want to feel love. He's one of those guys that just want to feel love.
Even the big dudes need love too,
Yeah,
Perk. I
absolutely.
feel you. All right, the former East champs got some good news. And directly from the source yesterday, in case you missed it, Tyrese Halliburton posted about playing 5-on-5 today for the first time since June. That's 291 days ago, Perk.
I mean, look, shout out to Tyrese. The good thing about it is that he don't have to worry about the postseason.
Facts. All right, still to come. They've got 8 titles between the two of them, but will either win another one? It's all been said and done. We're going to get into the drive for 5 for Steph and LeBron. Plus, we can't look at the past without looking into the future. What exactly makes Darius Acuff so special and pro-ready? A tape breakdown is on